Hello again, Scott here with Luxury Car Care. Back for another video on the Tesla Model Y. So, emblems. I think what I've mentioned in a number of videos previously, I removed the emblems to be able to wash and detail and polish, apply paint protection film, which has all been done. And then I ceramic coated everything except for the areas where the emblems go, and then the back spoiler. Back spoiler is still not here, so that's en route. But the emblem's been tough, and if you've done any research, you probably realize already. I don't know if Tesla's kind of cracking down on people selling aftermarket stuff that has the T on it and says Tesla and stuff like that, or what, but that's what it sounds like to me. But anyway, it's been tough to get kind of duplicate emblems. I mean, I would have been fine with just getting the same exact emblem that I removed from the OEM emblem, except matte black. I didn't want to paint or do any sort of coating on the coloring on top of it. It just doesn't last, and it doesn't look good in my mind. So I ended up ordering these emblems from Loden Emblem Company. I think they're outside the US, but these come from California, so I don't know if they have a company in here as well. But anyway, not cheap. They're like 35 bucks a piece, maybe even more, maybe 40 bucks a piece. They're heavy duty, they're metal, they're really nice, they're real thick, so I think they kind of match like the dimensions of maybe the S emblem. The problem is there's no leeway, no give for error. So when I tried to mount, I actually tried to apply the front emblem, the front trunk emblem, which I think is this one, and it didn't work. I mean, it wasn't bent the right way to be able to, and I don't know, someone may say, well, I didn't have it in the right place, but I had it exactly where the original emblem was, which is where I want the new emblems to go. I actually tried to dry fit the rear trunk emblem, and you can see there's a bend in it, and you can see how it's bent for, to kind of go to the contour of the trunk. But so when I dry fit it, even on the rear trunk lid, it forces me to go all the way up top, which is not where the emblem's supposed to go, and even then it doesn't fit correctly. It doesn't fit perfect. Like either the top of the T or the bottom of the T are going to stick out a little bit. It's just going to get dirt and everything else in it, and that's how the front was. The front mounted, the top of the T mounted down, and then the bottom was sticking way up. And I just didn't like it. There's no way to bend these things. They're super, they're metal. They're super thick. I mean, if I bend them, I'm going to ruin it. So I wasn't happy with it. So lesson learned. I'm not a fan. So I've changed approaches. Chalked the $80 up to a learning curve. Hopefully, you guys see this. If you're ordering something, you kind of know what you're dealing with anyway. I'm not saying they're not good emblems, just saying there's a lot harder to apply, and they gotta be perfect, and these just weren't. So I don't know, other ones may be better. So what I've decided to do is make it a little more simple, and I kind of like this look anyway. I think more than the big 3D emblem is I'm gonna do vinyl. So I ordered these from the Custom Cut Graphics company, Custom Tesla Decals and Wraps, CCG. I'm sure if you go online you'll find it, Custom Cut Graphics. So they're actually made to go on top of the existing emblem, but they're vinyl, so they can go right on the car. So that's my plan. And the nice thing about this is, it's all going to be on one sheet. So as I fit this up, and this is for the frunk, it'll all lay down, and the top piece will match perfectly with the bottom piece. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to apply these, and I'm going to have a vinyl then T on the front and the back. The dual motor's not going back on, that's gone. And then they give you two of each. So I'll have I'll have two extras. So if the vinyl ever starts coming off or isn't sticking anymore or gets dirt under it or whatever, I can reapply it. And these were only like, I don't know, 20 bucks on Amazon. So super cheap, and I think it, fingers crossed here, it shouldn't be too hard to apply. So that's what we're going to do right now. The instructions are pretty simple. They talk about putting it on top of the emblem. I'm obviously not doing that, so I have to find the right spot. But basically, just like any vinyl, which I've done before, there's a back. It's even coming off. There's a back piece you're going to peel off. That leaves this sticky piece, and you're going to take the clear film that's sticky which should have the vinyl tee on it, and you're going to put that where you want it, and you're going to rub it down and make sure. I'd probably take a credit card or something, and some piece of plastic, and really make sure that it's pushed down, and then you peel the clear plastic off, and it should leave the vinyl behind. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ceramic coat on top of that with Halo. The whole car's been ceramic coated with Halo. So I'll take, except for these spots, so I'll take Halo and go right over top of that spot now and cover the whole thing. That should protect it. So that's the plan. I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it right now. I just got to find a piece of something like a credit card or something to kind of use to scrape this down. You don't generally want to use metal just because you could scratch it. So I'm going to find something. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So I've set it up at the car here. I've already gone through and laid down kind of a border of where this is going to want to sit. So as once I peel the backing off of this, I'll take it and I'll line it up right here, and I'll just lightly, kind of stick it down and make sure it looks good and lines up. And then if it does, I'll set it. All I've done here is I put some masking tape. I started at the edge, and then I've ran it up so I'm about 1 3/4 up from the edge to the top of the masking tape. That's the measurement I took when I removed the original emblems. So that's about the height of the OEM, which is, I just want to keep it kind of OEM-esque. And then as far as the center line goes, you may not be able to see this, but there's the latch for the front here. And the OEM emblem was lined up perfectly with that. So all I've done is put a mark that lines me up perfectly with that latch. So that's where I'm at. So the tip of this tee is going to go right where that line is. It's going to lay down, and then I'm going to set it. Remove, and it should be in place. So fingers crossed. So. And then prior to all that, of course, this whole thing has been wiped with alcohol and alcohol prep, so that's already been done. I'll do it one more time here just to make sure. And should be nice and clean. Like I said, it never had ceramic coating on it, so here we go. Let me give this a shot here. As you peel this, you just got to make sure that the vinyl comes along with you. And then, you want to line it up right. That looks pretty good. Happy with that. I measured this all just to kind of get an idea, make sure the measurements were equal on both sides, and they are. I also measured the height of the T of the vinyl, just to make sure that was the same height, and it was. So in theory, I should be middle of the hood, and I should be centered, not, you know, I'm not cocked one way or another. And if I am, then I'll have to remove it and start over and waste one of them. But I think that's it. So I'm gonna. See if we can get an edge here. And I'm going to take this real slow. Alright, that's stuck. That's all sticking real nice. Oh, that's nice. That's real nice. Got a little bubble right there, which came right out. I like it. I like that a lot. That is nice. It's not too in your face. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let me do a close up here for you. It's not too in your face. Sorry, I'm banging around here. That's on top of the PPF now, so the trunk is still protected. Let me take the masking tape off here and give you another view of it. I'm real happy with that though. The vinyl's pretty. It's a nice matte finish. We'll see how long it lasts. We'll see, you know, last a year, 2 years. You know, I'll be careful when I'll always wash my own car, so no one else will be washing it. So that's helpful because it makes sure that no one's going to take anything and get edges underneath it. But then that's going to get coated, like I said. And ceramic coated on top. Real pretty. I like it a lot. I'm happy. It's got a little shiny spot from where I was just rubbing it, but that'll go away when I ceramic coat it. So, subtle, but still there. So I'm going to do the back. I'm going to take you around here. Do the same thing with the back. I have not done anything back here yet. Let me get what I need here. I'll be right back. All right. So I just did a quick alcohol wipe down of this, so it's nice and clean. This whole section has not been ceramic coated yet because I knew I had to put this on. Plus the spoiler goes on here. So this whole section needs to be ceramic coated once I get the spoiler, which will be easy. I'll just do a wipe down, quick clean and wipe down. So my measurement when I took the old one off was was 2 inches from this ridge line right here. So basically, and the center line of the old emblem was lined up with the center of this license plate, which makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to eyeball that. That'll be close enough. So 2 inches from there. So I happen to have tape that I use for detailing, for taping off trim, which ironically enough is exactly 2 inches wide. So that's going to give me a perfect border to go on. I just got to make sure that I'm perfectly level. I think the emblem was actually like 2 1/8, but I'm not going to split hairs. And this, the T on this is up, it's probably up 1/8 of an inch from the bottom anyway, so it's going to be pretty close. So I might do a second piece just to give me a little bit of a bigger ledge. I did that on the front. You guys didn't see it, but I did that on the front just to give myself a bigger ledge to eat, you know, make sure I could align it easy. Oops, sorry guys. All right. So just a quick dry fit. Oh yeah, I need to get this eyeballed and get a center point here. So there's no super easy way to do this, except you just gotta, and honestly, if I can eyeball it from back here, you know, I'm standing back looking at it straight on, and it looks centered, then the emblem's gonna look centered. Kind of a stickler for perfection. As perfect as I'm able to make it. So I'm just going to get a level here and just level it out. All right. That looks pretty darn right on. Not aligned with the camera because the camera's off center. The old emblem was lined up perfectly with this center point of the license plate. The shell for the license plate that the license plate screws into. So that's what I'm going off of. That looks perfect. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to do a dry fit. This is the trunk, Model Y trunk. So it's a little bigger than the front, So that's what it's going to look like. This I got to be a little more careful because you have a pretty deep concave profile. So as I do this, I did it on the front and it worked fine, but I'm going to have to really make sure that this goes down first and is lined up to center, and then push it down from the bottom up. Otherwise, I could get bubbles in there. So it's all clean. Gonna peel the backing. Again, backing just peels off. Just make sure you have the vinyl with the clear front it's not such a big deal to touch the clear, because that is going away anyway, but you don't want to touch the vinyl, you want to keep that sticky. So again, I'm going to line it up with center. I'm going to push it down on the tape, because that's my base. And then I'm going to take my tool. I'm going to try to work bottom to top. Making sure I don't have any bubbles. That looks pretty good, guys and girls. Set it up. It's at the same height that the OEM emblem was. So I'm just gonna make sure there's no air. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. So again, grab a corner, careful as you come off the corners of the emblem of the vinyl. Make sure the vinyl's staying down. If it's not, push it back down. And just peel across. What do you think? Can you see it? A lot of glare. This thing's still pretty glossy from all the polishing and the PPF. Hopefully you can see it. The glare is crazy. That's it. If I move back here, you can see how it's lined up with the license plate. Pretty much dead on to the center. Pretty happy with that. Remove the tape. There you go. All it needs is a little of a Gtechniq ceramic coating, Gtechniq HALO, which is made specifically for vinyl and PPF, so actually be perfect for this too. But my plan is, you know, this whole car's gotten HALO on it because it had PPF, and I'm real happy with that. So again, not too hard. I mean, you know, it's relatively simple procedure, I think, to add those if it's something you're looking for matte. Again, I ordered it from Custom Cut Graphics. CustomCutGraphics.com. I did it through Amazon. Again, these are the ones that go on top of the emblems that are already in your car. Which means, you know, you get the vinyl, you get the matte black on top, but you'll see the chrome around the edges. If you're happy with that, you can do that as well. I wouldn't like the chrome around the edges. I wanted to, you know, I don't have another piece of chrome or silver on this car when I'm all done, so I didn't want it there either. So I removed the emblems, did everything I needed to do, PPF'd it, and now that vinyl piece is on top, and I think it looks great. Ironically enough, Porsche does this. They do it for weight savings. I don't know if that's true or not, but on their top-end GT cars, their Porsche emblems actually aren't metal or coming off they're actually stickers. And then I don't know if you can remove those stickers or not. I'm not sure if they're under the clear or on top of it. I think they might be on top of the clear, actually. Anyway, I'm real happy with the vinyl. Hopefully it lasts. I'll give you updates. You know, if something happens, I'll let you guys know. But I'm happy with it. So thanks for watching.